In the ever-demanding and fast-paced world we inhabit, we often forget the most crucial task, the one that lays the foundation for everything else: taking care of ourselves. We become so caught up in the rush to meet deadlines, fulfill expectations, and serve the needs of others, that we neglect the very vessel that allows us to accomplish all of this: the body. We take it for granted, pushing it to its limits without realizing the toll it takes. But just as the mind requires nourishment, clarity, and discipline to thrive, so too does the body need care, rest, and proper maintenance. Without proper attention to our physical well-being, how can we hope to live with the strength, energy, and resilience required to meet our responsibilities? Without a sound body, how can we fulfill our duties to others, or pursue the virtuous life that we aspire to live? The body, mind, and spirit are interconnected. If we ignore one, we weaken the others. So we must honor our own needs, not out of selfishness, but as a necessary act of self-respect that allows us to fulfill our higher purpose. For only by taking care of ourselves can we hope to live the virtuous life that Stoicism teaches, a life in service to others and to the greater good. Now, let's begin this journey of transformation. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button if you want to cultivate more Stoic wisdom in your life. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos that sharpen your mind and strengthen your spirit. Let's spread the wisdom. Practicing self-care the Stoic way. How do we truly care for ourselves in a way that strengthens both body and soul? The Stoics teach us that self-care isn't about fleeting pleasures or momentary relief. It's a lifelong commitment to living virtuously, with wisdom and resilience as our guides. True self-care is not escapism, but engagement. It's a radical act of self-honesty, a willingness to confront our fears, desires, and limitations with unwavering resolve. The Stoics offer us practices, forged through discipline and reflection, that can transform our lives from the inside out. Let's explore them in depth, uncovering the ancient wisdom that can guide us to lasting well-being. Here's the question for you. What's one Stoic practice that helps you stay grounded? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's inspire each other. Number 1. Mindfulness and Reflection. The Stoics were relentless in their self-examination. They journaled, meditated on their daily actions, and regularly contemplated their mortality through the practice of memento mori, remembering that death is inevitable. Far from morbid, reflecting on death sharpens our appreciation for life. It reminds us that each day is a gift, urging us to prioritize what truly matters and let go of trivial worries. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine you're stuck in traffic, growing impatient. Instead of spiraling into frustration, pause and reflect. Is this irritation worth your limited time on earth? Wouldn't it be better to use this moment to practice patience or listen to an audiobook that nourishes your mind? Start your mornings with a few quiet moments of contemplation. Ask yourself, what virtues will I embody today? What desires will I temper? At night, reflect on your choices with humility. Did you live with wisdom? Did you act with courage and justice? This simple practice of reflection becomes a mirror for the soul, polishing away vanity and sharpening our moral compass. Journaling, as Epictetus advised, becomes a tool for self-mastery. Write not only of your successes, but your failures, examining each with honesty. For instance, if you lost your temper during a difficult conversation, explore why. What expectation did you hold that caused the outburst? Reflection, when done without judgment, becomes a laboratory for growth. Practice Stoic exercise like, try the evening reflection. Write down 3 things you did well, 3 areas for improvement, and how you can align more with Stoic virtues tomorrow. Memento mori, meditation. Spend 5 minutes each morning contemplating the fragility of life. Let this awareness guide your decisions and interactions. Number 2, discipline and healthy habits. True self-care lies not in indulgence, but in discipline. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from mastering our desires, not being ruled by them. A life of unbridled pleasure leaves the soul weary and restless, forever chasing the next fleeting high. Prioritizing sleep, regular exercise, and nourishing food sharpens the mind and fortifies the soul. When we care for the body, we honor the mind that inhabits it, treating ourselves as the guardians of our own well-being. A strong body supports a strong will, a rested mind contemplates with clarity. Take inspiration from modern athletes who embrace Stoic principles. NBA star Giannis Antetokounmpo credits Stoicism for helping him stay grounded. He trains rigorously, stays humble, and reminds himself that both victory and defeat are temporary. Consider your routines as acts of devotion to yourself. Every workout strengthens not just your muscles, but your capacity for endurance. Every nutritious meal fuels not just your body, but your resolve. Self-care becomes an ongoing discipline, a testament to your commitment to living a life of excellence. Practice Stoic exercises like the Stoic morning ritual. Wake early, embrace cold showers to build fortitude, and eat simply to cultivate gratitude for sustenance. Let each habit be a reminder that comfort is not the goal, strength is. Voluntary discomfort practice. Occasionally deny yourself small comforts like sleeping on the floor or fasting to train resilience and detach from luxury. Number 3. Emotional resilience and acceptance. Life is unpredictable and suffering is inevitable, but the Stoics teach us amor fati, the love of fate. By accepting what we cannot control, we spare ourselves unnecessary anguish and discover an inner strength that no external misfortune can shatter. When adversity strikes, remind yourself of Marcus Aurelius's words, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every hardship is an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded. It is in the crucible of suffering that virtue is refined. Consider Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps and found meaning in suffering. His ability to choose his response, to find purpose even in unimaginable horror, echoes the Stoic belief that our power lies not in circumstances, but in our perception of them. If you lose something, remind yourself, nothing is truly yours, only borrowed from nature. If you face rejection or failure, see it as training, a test of your patience and humility. By framing every challenge as an opportunity for growth, you transform life's harshest storms into catalysts for inner peace. Practice Stoic exercise like the view from above. When facing stress, imagine yourself rising above the earth, seeing your life as a small part of the vast cosmos. This perspective dissolves worries and reinforces acceptance of life's transient nature. Premeditatio malorum. Regularly visualize potential hardships, losing a job, a difficult confrontation, to prepare your mind and build resilience. Number 4, community and contribution. Stoic self-care extends beyond the self. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we are all part of larger whole, threads in the fabric of humanity. To live well is to live in service of others, cultivating compassion and fostering connection. Helping others, practicing forgiveness, and showing kindness nurtures our souls. In lifting others, we rise. In serving the world, we cultivate inner peace. When you extend a hand to someone in need, you fulfill your duty as a rational, social being. The care you show to others is a reflection of your care for yourself. The Stoics saw every interaction as an opportunity to practice virtue. Let kindness be your default response, and patience your shield. Remember, when you face difficult people, they are your teachers, offering you a chance to cultivate equanimity. Practice Stoic exercises like the gratitude letter. Write a heartfelt letter to someone who has positively impacted your life. Express your gratitude and let them know the value they bring to the world. Acts of quiet kindness. Once a week, perform a kind act without seeking recognition. Donate anonymously. Leave a kind note. Clean a public space. Number 5, solitude and contemplation. The Stoics understood the profound power of solitude as a gateway to self-discovery and moral refinement. In a world overflowing with distractions, carving out moments for quiet contemplation can guide you back to your values, helping you navigate life's complexities with greater wisdom and inner clarity. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, passionately emphasized the need for withdrawal from society to confront one's thoughts without external noise clouding judgment. He wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By stepping back into solitude, we create the distance necessary to observe our fears, desires, and emotions with a more rational, centered mind. Practice Stoic exercise like this. Create a daily contemplation hour, a sacred window of time free from screens, conversations, and obligations. Sit in a quiet room, or better yet, immerse yourself in nature. Use this time to journal, meditate, or read Stoic texts. Ask yourself reflective questions. What events today tested my virtue? How did I respond to adversity? What attachments am I clinging to? And are they truly necessary? Solitude isn't isolation, it's communion with your inner self. By regularly tending to your thoughts in quiet reflection, you sharpen your moral vision and deepen your understanding of what it truly means to live well. Return to yourself and wisdom will meet you there. Number 6. Gratitude and contentment. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic self-care. The Stoics taught that true wealth lies not in accumulating possessions, but in appreciating what we already have. Contentment arises when we recognize the fleeting nature of life and learn to savor each moment as a gift. Marcus Aurelius advised himself to take pleasure in the smallest things, the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a friend. For these simple joys are abundant, yet often overlooked. Practice Stoic exercise like start and end your day with a gratitude ritual. Morning reflection. Upon waking, list 3 things you're grateful for. These could be as simple as having a body capable of movement or the opportunity to face another day. Evening review. Before sleeping, recall moments from the day that brought you peace or joy. Even small victories, resisting impatience, appreciating a sunset, or practicing kindness are worth noting. Gratitude is an antidote to longing. When we cultivate appreciation for life's simple blessings, we free ourselves from the endless chase for more and discover that true abundance lies in wanting less. Number 7. The Art of Voluntary Discomfort. The Stoics believed that exposing oneself to voluntary discomfort was a powerful way to build resilience and detach from material dependencies. By deliberately experiencing hardship, we learn that comfort is not a prerequisite for happiness, and that we are stronger than we think. Seneca practiced this regularly. He would wear old, tattered clothes and sleep on the ground, even though he was one of the wealthiest men in Rome. His goal? To train himself to endure poverty, so that if fate ever stripped him of his wealth, he would remain unshaken. Practice Stoic exercise like integrate small doses of voluntary discomfort into your life. Fasting. Skip a meal or fast for an entire day. Feel the pangs of hunger. Observe your body's reactions. And remind yourself that you can endure temporary deprivation. Cold exposure. Take cold showers or briefly step outside in cold weather without a coat. Let the discomfort ground you in the present moment, and remind yourself that you are not fragile. Minimalist living. Sleep on the floor for a night with only a blanket, wear plain clothes for a day, or intentionally leave luxuries behind when traveling. Voluntary discomfort isn't about punishing yourself. It's about preparing yourself. Life will inevitably bring hardship, loss, and suffering. But by choosing to confront discomfort on your own terms, you build the mental fortitude to face life's storms with courage and grace. Why Stoic self-care matters today. In a world of constant noise and endless demands, the Stoic approach to self-care offers a grounding antidote. It calls us to step back from the chaos, to silence the clamor of fleeting pleasures and external validation. Instead, Stoicism invites us to root our well-being in inner virtue and deliberate personal growth. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, unshaken by what life throws your way. The Stoics teach that true self-care isn't indulgence but discipline, nurturing the mind through reflection, strengthening the soul through adversity, and tending to the body with simplicity and gratitude. By practicing self-care the Stoic way, you build an unbreakable inner fortress. When storms of life arise, be it rejection, failure, or loss, your mind remains steady, your soul radiates peace. You become like the ancient oak, bending with the wind, but never breaking. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Picture yourself walking through life with clarity. You lose a job, but instead of despair, you see a chance to explore a new path. A friend betrays you, yet you choose forgiveness, understanding that anger only chains the soul. When sickness comes, you endure with patience, knowing the body is fragile but character is indestructible. So, take time each day to cultivate your inner world. Reflect, realign, and remember, the greatest act of self-care is to live in harmony with nature, embracing life's trials as opportunities to grow. The world may whirl around you, but your peace, your virtue, is entirely within your control. Start today. Start now. Build your inner citadel, and let nothing shake your spirit. What's your biggest takeaway from Stoic self-care? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs a little more Stoic peace in their life. See you next time, fellow Stoics. Until then, stay disciplined, stay present, and remember, the obstacle is the way.